Happy Youth Day to all the youths around the world. We celebrated Women's Day the other day. Today we are celebrating our youths, all the youths around the world. Happy Youth Day to you. I have a message for you. If you have joined this broadcast, share the broadcast. In all the platform, in all the group, share the broadcast quickly before we proceed. Tell me where you are watching me from. Is the sound okay? Is the sound clear? Nandini Rich, you are the only first person that is watching us today. You are watching all the way from USA. God bless you. Blessed Silungwe. God bless you. Chewe Mukukaya, following the proceeding from Zambia. God bless you. Share the broadcast quickly. Lassie Bobo, you're watching from Kitwe, Copperbelt. How is Copperbelt today? My favorite city. God bless you. Kwese, you're watching me from Kalabo, Western Province. God bless you. You're welcome to the broadcast. Share the broadcast quickly. Let everyone know that SEER1 is live. And then we can proceed immediately. Let's get it to 1,000. Is it loud? Is it clear? I have a very special message to each and every one of you today. A very, very special message to you. Share the broadcast quickly. Thank you, man. South Africa. Florence Ntuli, you're watching me from South Africa. How is South Africa today? Andrew Kaira, you're watching from Zambia. Zambia. Happy Youth Day to SEER1. God bless you. Maxwell is okay. You're watching me from Washington, D.C. God bless you. How is Washington, D.C. today? I hope that you are enjoying yourself. Happy Youth Day to you. Benjamin Mapili, you're watching me from Kabwe. He said the sound is loud and is clear. God bless you. Please, hurry, we must get to 1,000 quickly before we start talking. Chile, Prophet, you're watching me from Zambia. God bless. Franklin, I see you. Oh, that's good. If you have joined us, share the broadcast quickly. Gideon Mia, you're watching from Angola. Wow, how is Angola today? I will be in Angola somewhere next month, though I'm coming for a different thing. I'm coming for a political meeting in Angola. Please tell me where you are in Angola. It's not a church service. My coming will not be broadcasted. It's a private visit. It's political visit. Tell me where you are so that we can meet in Angola. I have 2 days to stay in Angola, and I'll be back. So Gideon, may tell me where you are in Angola, and probably get the phone number that is on the screen, that which is my only phone number, +234 8020943576. Get that number. Send me a message on WhatsApp, so that we communicate while I'm in Angola doing a little job. God bless the people of Angola. God bless the people, everyone that is watching me, all the youths around the world. We are at 1,000, then we can begin to talk. Now, there is something important that I want us to look at today. License Zulu, say watching you from Zambia. Today is Youth Day. Yes, that's why I'm here. I am saying Happy Youth Day to everybody that is watching me. Prophet Mega, Prophet Mega, you're watching me from, I lost you. Please come back, Prophet of God. Come back in the comment section. I want to know where you're watching me from. Blessings Lungu, you're watching me from Zambia. A lot of people watching from Zambia. God bless you. Lazarus Eleza Banda, you're watching me from Zambia. Sifo, you're watching me from South Africa. God bless you. I hope South Africa is doing very, very well. I am also praying for South Africa, South African youths to wake up from slumber, to wake up and take their land back from the whites, take their lands back from the imperialists. They must wake up and take back what belonged to them. You know, I was in South Africa some years ago. Was staying in South Africa, in Limpopo, Polokwane. One of the reasons why I went there is because I also went there for politics, not for church. But as time goes on, I look at the people, a lot of people that need spiritual help. I decided to open a ministry there, which turned out to be one of the biggest ministry in Limpopo. While I was Prophet Amin Okuja right now, Mercy, God bless you. Mary, God bless you. So when I was staying in South Africa, I realized that South Africa, yes, they got an independent. You know, they got an independent, but they are not really independent. They are Monica Lausi Firi, much love from Zambia. Love you more. God bless you, Monica. So I realized that the independence was just on paper. In reality, there was really nothing like independent. Prophet Mega Ntuli, you are watching me from Lesotho. How is Lesotho today? Good to have the people of Lesotho here. God bless you. Prophet Freedom, born great, Adejoro. Born great from Pretoria, West Africa. God bless you, my son. God bless you, Prophet born great. God bless you abundantly and bless your ministry. From Pretoria West. So when I was in South Africa, I am somebody that if you want to be successful in life, there are two things. I've seen Innocent Alan from Malawi. God bless you. I love Malawi. God favor Malawi. So there is, if you want to be great in life, especially if you have a calling to be a man or a woman of God, one thing that you must take very, very serious is history. Don't be carried away by anything. First of all, study the history. In fact, in anything that you do in life, the first thing that you must know is the history. Don't just jump. A person that don't know history doesn't go anywhere. So when I was in South Africa, I realized that the people of South Africa, the original people of South Africa, do not know anything about South Africa. South Africa is a land where the banks, all the banks in South Africa are owned by the whites. Almost all the good business building in South Africa are owned by the whites. The lands, the heritage land, traditional lands are owned by South Africans. South Africa are the owners of agriculture. They own the cows in Zambia. They own the vegetables in Zambia. They own the maize in Zambia. They own totally everything in Zambia, in South Africa. Then where is the independence? Today, they decide who is going to be the president. Black people only vote. You just wake up in the morning, you vote. But they decide who becomes the president. If they say Ramaphosa will become the president, he becomes the president. And whatever he decides, that's what happened. So that is not democracy. That is not independence. There is no independence there. So youths of South Africa must rise up and fight and take their country back. That's why I support Julius Malema. Many of you may not like him, may not love him, but he has a policy that he has a vision, the same vision. I mean, at least we have 70% similarity in our vision for Africa. That's why I support him. So if you are a youth, I want you to take it as a challenge, take it up upon yourself to liberate your country. White people do not mean well for us. I always say this, I sing it like a song. Now, that's not why we are here today. We are here because this is Youth Day. As a youth, I think you have been hearing this proverb for years. You are the leaders of tomorrow. We are the leaders of tomorrow. Anytime there is a youth event, please share the broadcast. What I want to say is very, very important. If you have joined me, share the broadcast. Sorry, load shedding is taking place here. If you have joined me, share the broadcast. Many of you from different countries, like the country in Zambia, you are just experiencing it now. This is part of us in Nigeria. In Nigeria, load shedding is a part of the system. So it happens anytime. We are used to it, and we are now fighting. There is a state next to me here. It's called Abia State. During the day of election, the youth rose up and voted the person that they wanted. Now, since he took over power, they have 24 hours electricity. Africa is so blessed. We have everything that we need in life. But you know the problem? We don't have leadership. The people that we have as leaders in Zambia, in Africa, these are criminals. They don't mean well. I'm coming. If we had good leaders in Africa, America will never compete with us. If you have good leaders in Africa, Dubai will not compete with us. You see our young children going to Dubai to go and sleep with somebody as old as their ancestors. Because our leaders failed us here in Africa. They have failed us in Africa. This is the reason why today is the Youth Day in Africa. I'm calling upon all the youths in Africa to rise up and take over leadership in every country. Look, you are the leaders of tomorrow. When is the tomorrow going to come? There is nothing like tomorrow. Tomorrow can never come. Tomorrow is same thing as Jesus is coming very soon. You are going to die without seeing him. You must rise up. Every youth. Our leaders have failed us. Let me show you. Let me show you something that I saw on something I've been I saw it, I was laughing. I was saying, these are our leaders in Africa. They will kill us one day. They are clueless. They don't know anything. They will kill us. They will finish us one day. They will sell us one day. Yeah, I saw something, I was laughing, you know. And this is someone that I respect so much. Look at this. This is look at that. Do you know who this man is here? Look at that. Do you know that man? This is an African leader. You know where he is? Look at this. Look at this. Have you seen that? This is an African leader, a whole president in Africa. This is William Ruto from Kenya. William Ruto from Kenya. Look at him there. See what he's doing? He's praying on the wall. And apparently this is in Israel. He's praying on the wall. And you see these white guys there. Look at that. Look at that man. You know, they are looking at him. They are laughing. They are saying, this man is fooling himself. There is problem in his country. There is a lot of problem in his country that he will sit down and start solving those problems. He abandoned those problems and went to Kenya and went to Israel to go and pray in Israel. Look at him. These are the people that will call leaders in Africa. And the youths are watching. Do you even read history? Do you know that the Israel that we are seeing today is not the original Israel? That Israel was destroyed and all his children scattered all over. If you come to Africa here, there are so many Israelites, not in white color. The Israel, where they are going to say we are praying in Israel, it was even according to the scripture, Israel was destroyed. There is nothing like Israel. That is not Israel. But you see a leader from Africa who abandons all the problem that Africa is facing. Kenya, like any other country in Africa, is facing serious crisis. He abandoned those things and he went to Israel to go and pray on the wall. What are you doing at the wall? What are you doing here? Are you telling me that there is no wall in Kenya? These are the type of leaders that we have in Africa. Look at him there. What is he praying? What is it? If you want to pray in the wall, why don't build a wall in your country and go and pray in that wall? How many people went with him? How many people, his delegates? Probably he went with his family, his wife, to go and waste time praying. Here, wasting time. Hakainde Chilem of Zambia also did the same thing. He went to pray. Do you even read history? You went to pray in Israel. Which Israel are you talking about? That is not Israel. That is not Israel. If that is the original Israel that God was protected, Hamas was never going to attack and succeed in Israel. God was going to protect them. That Israel that we are seeing today is not the Israel. It's not the original Israel. Those days, who are you? Look at him. Not only him, many African leaders, they abandoned their duty. That's why, to me, once an African leader starts saying, let us pray, let us seek the face of God, I stop taking him serious. Because God can never come down and rule us here on earth. God has given us everything we want. God has given us the knowledge. God has given us the power. The president of Zambia went to pray in Israel. When he came back, what is happening in Zambia? Drought has come in Zambia. Hunger has come in Zambia. That is useless. Africa is being ruled by people that don't have brain. Africa is being ruled by people that don't know history. The reason why people are going to Israel today, wasting their time and the resources, saying they are going to seek the face of God, is because white people documented and kept a history. There is a history that was kept about Israel. That's why today somebody will rise up and say, I'm going to pray where they buried Jesus. You don't know where Jesus was buried. Because Israel was destroyed. All the children of Israel were scattered around the world. No one knows where Jesus was buried. But today people go and pay a lot of money. For you to know that this is a scam. For you to know that going to Israel is a waste of time. Even the Bible said it. It said time will come when you will no longer go to this city or that city or go here to look for God. Go anywhere you are, you will call upon God and God will answer you. This man that has gone to Kenya, that has gone to Israel to go and pray, there are people in his country that are dying of hunger. The money that he wasted in flying him and his delegate to Israel, he could use it to build a school. He could use it to do something for Africa. He could use it to document a history for Africa. Why is everybody going to Israel? Is Israel the only city in the Bible? If you read your Bible and you believe your Bible, you understand that there is a woman, the queen of Ethiopia, that went to visit Solomon in Israel. The Bible says she was very wealthy. She was so wealthy. She had gold. She had everything. Since I was born, I have never seen a Christian saying we are going to Ethiopia to see the grave of that rich woman. She was in the Bible, but no one cared to visit her grave. No one cared about her history. Because of what? She's an African. Because there is no history. There is no heritage. If the queen of Ethiopia was a white person, you would see that black people would go to her grave in Israel to go and claim prosperity. But because she's a black person, just because she's a black person, history has forgotten her. I've never seen all these men and women of God, all these useless African presidents that go to Israel to waste our resources. I have never seen any of them saying, let's go to Africa in Ethiopia and visit the woman of Ethiopia. The queen of Ethiopia. The queen of Sheba. I have never seen. Why? Because in Africa we don't have history. The people that wrote the little history that we have about ourselves in Africa are the white people. And they wrote what they love. When you give your enemy a paper and a pen to write your history, what do you think he's going to write? When you give pen and paper to a man that doesn't believe that you are a human being, a man that believes that you must be a servant forever and ever and ever, a man that believes that you are not supposed to be rich, you are supposed to be slave, when you give him a paper and a pen to write your history, what do you think he's going to write? That's why they wrote rubbish about our fathers and our ancestors. I'm happy because our youths, this generation, they are waking up. And very soon we are going to take over leadership in Africa. And things will change in Africa. We are not going to have fools again as presidents. We are going to have people that understand history. People that value their ancestors. People that value their forefathers. Youth of Africa, youth all around the world, I am encouraging you to wake up. You are not the leader of tomorrow, you are the leader of today. Look at the people that will call our leaders. Look at them. They are fooling themselves in Israel. Look at them. Look at them. They are fooling themselves in Israel. They are fooling themselves in Israel. One day, when I was in Zambia, I visited there is one beautiful tourist attraction. It's called Victoria Falls. I was in Zambia for minutes, but I visited it twice. When I arrived there, in the city, I asked people, why is this place called Livingstone? It's called Livingstone because a person that discovered it is Mr. David Livingstone, or what Livingstone. Now, this is a history that was written and kept. There is no way a white man will come from his country, where he used to live, and come to Africa and discover Africa. The people that were living already in Livingstone were there because they are black. No one wrote history about them. White people came and they wrote history. How can you come from your country and discover a place and say, I'm the one that discovered this place, so therefore this place is Livingstone? If you go to Zambia, there is a place called Livingstone. Those of you that are watching me here, tell me, there must be somebody that carried David and showed him around. But because that person did not have the intelligence to keep record, there are people that were living there before David Livingstone came to Livingstone. But what happened? Because we don't have history. There is no one that will write this history. There is no one that will document this history. There is no one that is going to speak. All of a sudden, a whole city is named after a white man. Why? Because he discovered it. He didn't discover nothing. That Livingstone was there. People were living there. The Victoria Falls was there. People were enjoying it before he came. But because he is the one that had the power and the ability to write history, he wrote history. And people say he's the one that discovered it. Discover it where? Where did that discovery come from? African youths, time has come for you to wake up. Don't allow anybody to use religion to deceive you. Don't allow anybody to use politics to deceive you. You must rise up and say enough is enough. On this day of youth, National Youth Day or International Youth Day, we are rising up and we are taking over what belongs to us. We have been brainwashed for long. I featured on a documentary that was being run. I don't know the station that was running it again. And that was the day that Nelson Mandela's day. I was in South Africa and they called me. I don't know if it's ANC or ECN what. This one of the news agencies in South Africa, international news agency. So they was interviewing me. Say on this glorious day of Nelson Mandela, we are remembering what he did for Africa. What message do you have to the people to tell the people about what Mandela did in Africa? Mandela is one of the stories that white people wrote. I know many of you are so brainwashed. This thing happens in politics. There are so many of you during the last election that we brainwashed beyond repair. I mean, we used your brain, we ate your brain. There is nothing left. Up to today, there is nothing left. That is the duty. That's the problem with this. Once the history is written and the pastor, it will take the person that wrote the history to come out and say, the history I wrote was wrong. So they are saying, Mandela, SEER1, tell us about Mandela. I say, oh, Mandela, yes, what do you want me to say? I don't know him. I never met him. I have read history books of Africa. I have read the history book of Africa. I didn't see his name anywhere. All I know is that he was in prison for 27 years. And they brought him out. When they brought him out, he became a president. And when he became a president, he reconciled the white and the blacks. That is the only work that he did. But today, Mandela is a hero. Anywhere you go in Africa, Mandela is worshipped. Anywhere you go, Mandela is seen as a hero. What did he do for Africa? I gave an example of Kenneth Kaunda of Zambia. I can tell you, I can share with you the document that I have about Kenneth Kaunda. Kenneth Kaunda helped so many countries in Africa to defeat the whites. That is why he's not recorded anywhere. He's not remembered anywhere. When you come to Nigeria here and say, who is Kenneth Kaunda? No one knows him. But he's a man that stood for Africa. Whether you are from Namibia, South Africa, come anywhere, so long as it has something to do with freedom, he played a role to liberate Africa. But why people do not celebrate him? Why? Because he was not a puppet. He refused to be a puppet. The reason why Mandela is being celebrated today is because he was a puppet. They went to prison. Those of you that celebrate Mandela, you are fools. You don't know your history. There are guys that suffered. There are guys that were hanged in South Africa by the whites. They hanged them. They killed them for the struggle. No one celebrates them. They don't have a day, national day, public holiday. They don't. But a man that was in jail, they went to him. A man that betrayed his people is the one that everyone, hey, Mandela. Anywhere you go, Mandela Square. Anywhere you go. Even here in Nigeria, in my state, people that have never met Mandela, people that have never stepped their foot in Africa, there is a statue of Mandela here in my state, here in Nigeria. There is a statue of Mandela. Why? Because white people want us to worship Mandela. But the people that did the job are not remembered. Where is Kenneth Kaunda? Even in Zambia, his own country today, there is no day called Kenneth Kaunda Day and a public holiday. If I'm mistaken, you can correct me. In Africa, there is no day brought out for Nelson Mandela, for Kenneth Kaunda. In Africa, there is no day brought out for him. If you go to Zimbabwe, just because Mugabe stood and fought against the white, it is not celebrated. It's seen as the worst criminal on earth. If you go to Congo, all those people that meant well for Africa, if you go to Libya, a man that single-handedly built a nation, Gaddafi, if you mention his name in the street of Libya, people think like we are calling Satan. Why? This is the thing that white people imposed in us. We are doing what they want us to do. Anything they want, that's what we do. Anything they want, that's what we do. If we don't do it, they write a bad history about us. That's why they were trying to write bad history about TB Joshua, using our own brothers and sisters. TB Joshua was this, TB Joshua was that, TB Joshua was this, Is TB Joshua worse than the people that were killing our fathers, raping our mothers, killing our ancestors, raping our ancestors? Is he more bad than them? No! It's because history, they control history. People that don't know their history will always suffer. That is why anywhere you are, you must rise up as a black man, rise up as a black woman, and write the history of Africa. Don't allow anybody to write our history for us. How can you go from generation to generation, from book number 1 in the Bible, from Genesis to Revelation? You will never find anything good about Africa. If you find, maybe it's 1 or 2. Africa preserved Jesus. Without Africa, there was nothing, there was never going to be anything like Jesus. They wanted to kill him in Israel. They brought him in Africa and they preserved him here in Africa. But there is nothing good in the Bible written about Africa. Absolutely nothing. When you hear about any place where you read in the Bible and see Egypt, it means something bad. I will not give you the sickness that I gave the Egyptians. Even men of God today, they use it as a prayer point. You sickness of Egypt, Egyptian sickness, I reject you. You will even see people who make caption. They are making a crusade. The theme of this crusade, coming out from Egypt. You are a fool. You come out from Egypt, you go where? Where do you want to go? Egypt is Africa. You are not going anywhere and you are not coming out from nowhere. The people that committed crime in the Bible are celebrated. Are fully celebrated. Somebody like David is celebrated. The first man that took the commandment, first man took the commandment and broke it into pieces, Moses. If he was from Nigeria or from Zambia or from Mozambique or from South Africa, do you know what it means to take a commandment from God and break it into pieces? And as a matter of fact, he died a sinner. He couldn't enter the promised land because of his sins. But today, when you give birth to a child, you are free to call that child Moses. Because it's not an Africa. If it's an Africa, imagine calling your son Amadio. You can't do it. You can't, because it's Africa. You can't do it. Wake up. Share this broadcast quickly. If you are joining us, share the broadcast. Wake up. Tell your neighbor to wake up. Time is not with us. It is time for Africans. It is time for youth in Africa to arise. I want to show you something quickly, and I'm going to conclude from here. I want to show you something, then I conclude from here. Come here, come here. Come here. I just want to show you something quickly. Be a little bit patient with me. Let me get it. So the moment we wake up, the easier it will be for us. We are finishing. We are losing it. We are losing it. We are losing it. Now look at this. Few weeks ago, it was Ash Wednesday. It was Ash Wednesday. On that day, people burn ashes. Men of God burn ashes and put it on people like this. This is not our culture. Are you seeing that? Are you seeing that? Now, somebody, a youth that participated in Ash Wednesday, while he carried the ash on his face, going home, he sees a person that practiced tradition having a white chalk mark here. The person that participated in Ash Wednesday that is having ash sign here will start sending Holy Ghost fire to that man or the woman that practiced tradition that has chalk mark here. What is the difference? The difference is that because we are Africans, we like to embrace the culture of other people and live our culture. That's why in Africa today, culture is gone. We don't have a culture. I was preaching the other day at the church. I said, where I'm coming from here in Nigeria, there are some schools where when you go there, they don't allow you to speak your local language. You can only speak English there. A person that loses his language, hasn't the person lost his culture? The person has lost his culture. Let me tell you this. Let me tell you this. The time we will rise up as the youth, ask questions about how we came to be. Who are our ancestors? Who were our fathers and our mothers? The better. If we don't wake up, our enemies will continue writing our history. And they will continue embracing the history that they are living for us. I just shared with you a video of a president in Africa, the president of Kenya, who went to Israel on the wall and started praying on the wall. Here, he's fooling himself there. Look at him there. He's fooling himself. The white man, let me show, many of you didn't see this well. I laugh at the reaction of the white man. That white man cannot believe that a whole president came to fool himself at this wall. This is not the wall that the Bible was talking about. Look at him there. Look at him there. Now, for me to tell you that this is business, the Israel that you are seeing today, that you call the Israel in the Bible, this is business. Let me prove to you. When TB Joshua was alive, he visited Israel. And because he visited Israel, he went with a huge crowd. He went with a lot of people, thousands of people. What did the government of Israel do? They gave him a place to build a church in Israel for free. He's a black man. TB Joshua is a black man. They gave him a place to build a church in Israel for free. Why did they do that? They didn't do it because he was holy. They didn't do it because he was powerful. They didn't do it because he was so anointed. No, they did it because he brought business, a lot of business into their country. He brought a lot of people into their country. Israel that you are seeing today is a business. There is nothing holy about that place. Let me give you another example. If you are a man of God and you have huge following, you have a lot of people following you, and you visit Israel with a lot of people, and the government realized that you have brought in a lot of people into the country, one of their mayor will visit you. They will patronize you. They will give you an award encouraging you to bring in more people to come. The more you go to Israel, the more their economy booms. There is nothing like God in Israel. Nothing. Absolute. God is everywhere. Even right there where you are, watching me right now, if you kneel down from there and call upon God, He will answer you. The reason why our leaders like this one, I used to respect this man. I didn't know that he's a non-entity. Every president in Africa that goes to visit Israel, fear him. Is corrupt. Is corrupt. He is non-entity. Doesn't have anything in his brain. God is everywhere. If you want to talk to God, kneel down right there where you are and talk to him. He will hear you. When you go to Israel, you are boasting their economy. It's because of all the money that Africa is taking to Israel in the name of let me go and see where Jesus was buried. Let me go and see where Peter was buried. Let me go to the wall of Jericho. Let me go here. All those money are given to them is the money they are using to produce weapons to kill innocent people. If Israel is holy, the Israel where you go to today is holy, they wouldn't be killing innocent people. See what they are doing in Gaza. See what they have done to Palestinians. See what they have done in Pakistan. See what they are doing in Lebanon. It's the money that your useless leaders, your non-entity leaders, your useless men and women of God, people without brain. In your church, you have people that need food. And you want to spend millions upon millions to go to Israel. Why not use that money to give them food? Anywhere you are, where you pray from, God will answer you from there. Even the Bible said it itself. Say, time has come when you don't need to go to Jerusalem. You don't need to go here. Even if the Bible wrote it, there are still zombies from Africa. It's painful to see people carrying millions and going to Israel. Let me tell you this. Think about it. Follow what I'm telling you properly. It's about business. Any person that goes there and takes a lot of people to them, that person is honored. I know many men and women of God that are faking miracle and prophecies here in Africa. When they go there, they are honored. You are honored not because of your righteousness. You are honored because of the thousands that you are bringing into their country. When you bring those people into their country, their lives never change. Nothing happens. Actually, they spend the little they have in that country, and the economy is booming. Any day Israel remember your country, they will wipe you away. Especially African country. I don't see, what is Africa? If they remember Nigeria today or Zambia, it will take them 12 hours to wipe away the whole country because of the money that we have given to them. They have used it to buy weapons, and they are ready for us. And today, you still see clueless African leaders, useless African leaders. You see African men and women of God carrying innocent people. People go and borrow money. I mean, people go to the bank and they borrow money to go to Israel. When you finish going to Israel and come back, what happened? Nothing absolutely happened. Nothing changes, because that is not the original Israel. That is fake Israel. God is everywhere. God is right there where you are. Look at him. Look at him. How much did the Kenya lose in this? How much did the Kenya lose? Look at it. As a country, Kenya, what are they benefiting from this nonsense that this man is doing here? Look at the white man there. The white man is very happy. When they see useless African president, they are so happy. Oh my God. When they see presidents like this one, they say, oh wow. You're welcome. God will bless you. What God will bless you? You stole our resources from Africa that God used to bless us. And you're saying God will bless us. What a blessing again do you want God to bless us with? Look at them there. Look at white people guiding him. He's fooling himself as I'm praying at the wall. Man made the wall. Even the president of Zambia was here. These are people that I used to respect. These are people that I thought, oh, Africa now have leaders. Look at him wearing an expensive suit and fooling himself there. As I'm praying in the wall. Wall of what? If you want a wall, build a wall in your... This crack wall that you are seeing here, it won't cost you up to $2,000 to build it in your house. You go and pray there every day you want. God is not in this wall. God does not live here. Look at him. See the cap on his head. After this cap, what happened? African leaders, corruption, 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 corruption. Africa. Ah, God. I don't know. Me, I was thinking that these guys, we now have presidents on earth. Those of you that go to Israel to go and fool yourself, have you ever seen these Israelis coming to Egypt to worship God? Because, by the way, according to Bible history, without Egypt, hunger was going to wipe away Israel. I mean, people were dying in Israel like chicken. People were dying in Israel like chicken. And Jacob had to send his sons to go to Egypt to go and look for food. Have you forgotten? How many Israelis are coming to Egypt, to Africa, to come and ask God to bless them with food? You can never find any. In any country in the world, it's rare you find an Israeli. It's only Africa, foolish leaders, useless, clueless leaders. They are the ones that jump, because I don't blame them. I don't blame them. It's not their money. It's all about, let's enter plane. African leaders like plane. They like plane. I think this time around, before election, Anyone that will contest for election must fly as much as he wants. Before we vote for him or campaign for him, he must give us his flight schedule. We must see that this one is tired of flying. When he's tired of flying, then we vote. Because once you vote them in power, they become they become addicted to fly. Every minute, view, 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 view. Where are you going? The country is going through hell. Phew, phew. We are going to climate change. Phew. We are going to women empowerment. Phew. We are going to what do you call it? Investment of phew. After all those flying, what happens? Nothing happened. The country is still useless. Climate change, G24, G31, G what, G this, G this. After all those things, climate is still killing your country, affecting your country and destroying things. Where is the benefit? Where is all this nonsense? Africa don't have leaders, really. We are tired. Youths, it is time. I'm going to start politics any moment from now, so that we can put things in order. Change the country. Change things. These guys have messed up Africa. They have messed up Africa. They have messed up Africa. They have messed up things. I never see anybody going to Egypt for prayer. Do you know the role that Egypt played in the Bible? I say this, imagine those of you and those of us Christians that talk about Jesus, that believe in Jesus. Without Egypt, there was never going to be anything like Jesus. Jesus was preserved in Egypt when they wanted to kill him in Israel. But I've never seen a man of God that went to Egypt for prayer. You are running to the same people that wanted to kill Jesus. If you go to Israel today, majority of them don't even believe in Jesus. They are Jewish. They don't believe in Jesus. If you talk about Jesus, they tell you are a fool. Get out. But that is where our leaders are flocking. That is where our leaders are flocking. That is where our leaders are enjoying. That is where our men and women of God find peace in Egypt, in Israel. That's where they find God. There is no God there. God is everywhere. In fact, there is more God in Africa than any other continent on earth. Let me say it again, and I'll say it again. There is more God in Africa than any other continent in the world. That is why God blessed us with so much natural resources. The natural resources that we have here in Africa, you will never find it anywhere in the continent. Have you ever seen people dying of... See, in Australia, there was wildfire, bush just started, boom, fire. And many people died. Have you seen such thing here in Africa? Africa have the best weather. When it's cold, it's not too cold. When it's hot, it's not too hot. Go to Dubai. Those of you that make Dubai your second home, our politicians, go to Dubai and see that Dubai is a desert. They don't have trees. Their trees are human planted trees. But God has blessed Africa with a lot of trees. Am I talking about natural resources? Which country in Europe has more oil than Nigeria? Which country in Europe has more diamond and gold than Congo? Which country has more copper than Zambia? God blessed us with all these natural resources because he loves us. If he doesn't love us, if God was not here in Africa, he will not bless us with all these things. Now, we leave all this blessing and go to people that came to steal from us. And that is where we find God. That's why you see a whole president going to Israel to go and fool himself, holding a wall and praying. I feel sorry. I feel sorry for Africa. But thank God for this, my generation. We are waking up. Very soon, our eyes will open completely. I'm not the only one that is speaking. God is raising so many people that will speak all around the world. In Africa, gradually, before I die, before this my generation finishes, shall wake up. We will no longer be colonized again. We'll be free. We'll be free from useless leaders. We'll be free from useless religious leaders. We'll be free. Someone said, talk about Zambia. I'm not talking about Zambia now. Time of politics is actually now, but the opposition needs to wake up. If they don't wake up, we are going to allow UPND to continue ruling. Opposition must wake up and become serious. UPND is at their lowest. It's at their lowest. Anyone can beat a church. I mean, anyone can beat it. Any person can beat a church, hands down. But don't just think that because things are not okay. Milli is selling at 300. Petrol is this. Dollar is this. People, no. There is still a lot of work that opposition need to do. And for them to do it, they must be serious. They must be serious with themselves. You know, that's why you see me, I stopped fighting. I stopped talking, I kept quiet. I am concentrating on building Africa until the opposition in Zambia decide to say, okay, SEER1, we are ready. Anyone, if you want to change a history, let me tell you this, to brainwash people, to brainwash people, to psychologically work on people is not an easy thing. It's something that takes time. But the more you do it, 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 people get brainwashed. That is why even the man that acted the movie claiming to be Jesus, those movies of many years ago, even the people that acted those movies, they have come out and said, please remove our pictures from your houses. We are not Jesus. It was just a movie. Still, there are people that are hanging those pictures. These are the work of brainwashing. And when somebody is brainwashed, it takes the person that did the brainwashing to unbrainwash the people. The way it is, let me tell you the truth. Without unbrainwashing the people, an election is called, a church will still win. Because people don't know what it's doing. And I'm never going to open my mouth and say, this is what is going on, and start saying, when the opposition is not serious. You can't do it on your own. That's why I'm quiet. I left it. I kept it. That's why I don't talk politics. I concentrate on working on Africa. Personally, I am okay. This thing don't concern me. You can die. You can do what you want. It doesn't concern me. I'm 100% okay. A person that is leading a church that has 150 members in Nigeria is doing very well. It doesn't lack. A person, those of you know, it's only in Nigeria where you find a man of God that has a private jet. Many of you know that it's only in Nigeria here where you find a man of God having 5 private jets. People in Nigeria know how to bless their men and women of God. Any day I sit at this office, any day you see me at this office, you will see envelopes. Boom, 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 boom. It never used to happen. What am I lacking? If somebody that is having a church with only but 150 people is doing well, is living large, is enjoying wealth. If such a person Then what do you say about SEER1? So long as this state is concerned, let me show you something here. So long as this state is concerned, Imo State, look at that. How many people are you seeing there? This was last Sunday. Thousands upon thousands upon thousands upon thousands of people. You mean if I come here and tell these church people to say, I need a car, buy me a Range Rover. People, this is Nigeria. People value men of God here too much. Ask anybody. Ask the biggest church in Africa, if in fact even in the world, is built in Nigeria. People know how to give. Here you don't tell them to give. Once they see that you are anointed and you are doing the work of God, they will pursue you with giving. I can go live after the service and show you what people have brought to me. I'm never suffering. I will never suffer. Whether a church is a president, Edgar Lungu is a president, Fred Membesa, it doesn't concern me. It's about the people. When you see me fighting, I'm not fighting for myself. I fight for the people. It's not about what I'll eat. What? I mean, anytime that I receive people from Zambia that come to meet SEER1, I usually take them to my city where I'm building a city. When they go there, their mentality change. They are saying, SEER1, is this a house or is this a hotel? Are you going? Is this? I say this is a house. This is where I'm going to stay. And unless you travel, you come, you see, then you understand that SEER1 don't need anything from anybody. This is about you. But what can we do? Before we do anything, the people that we want to fight for must show willingness. We are the one that brainwashed the people of Zambia. I am the one that told a church to say what people want to hear if you want to win an election. We are the one that crafted those things. And for anyone else to come in, we are still the one that we unbrainwash the people. This is our job. We know how to do it. You can be here in this, you are watching me, SEER1, 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 SEER1. How many times did the church contest election? How many times did they lose? They gave me the manifesto. I studied the manifesto and said, throw this thing away. People, look, politics is not for the wise. Majority of voters are not wise. They don't, you can write a very good, a very wonderful manifesto. I read the UPND manifesto. Very wonderful. Very powerful. But the people on the street that vote, they don't read the manifesto. They don't have time for manifesto. If you want to get their vote, tell them what they want to hear. I am the one that crafted it into UPND. It is me. No one else. There is no one else. I am the one that crafted it. I'm coming. When I start politics, I'm waiting for opposition. Opposition, they are making me angry. They are making me angry because they are not serious. I'm waiting for them. Once they are ready, I come and tell you. Those of you that, many of you don't know what happened, exactly what happened. It was my game. We are the one that spoke to the people. We are the one that brainwashed the people. And if there must be a change, we are the one that will brainwash the people. The way it is today, if election is called in Zambia, even if a bag of meal is being sold at 1 million, a church will win. In fact, after 2031, if he want to contest again, he will contest. Because we made people zombie. We spoke to people. Up to today, many people don't even know who HH is. Up to today, people don't even know that this government of Zambia has borrowed a lot of money already. They don't know. So how will they know? All these people are under. That's why I feel pity for the opposition. No, now it's easy to win election. How are you going to win election? You think that winning election is by things milli-mil, say 100 and 300 naira or 300 this? No! Election is not won like that. Mad people lead the way. The people that vote, they don't even, whatever you are talking about, they don't know. There is a particular message that you need to give to them. Somebody must come and say, this happened, that happened, somebody must be a catalyst. And that's what I'm going to do. When I do in 1 week, if I don't tumble UPND, then anywhere you see me, even live, come stone me. It's my job. No one else can do it. But the opposition must be ready. They must be serious. They must wake up. They must. I don't hate HH. I don't. I love him. And he knows from deep down his heart that I love him. But he has allowed himself to be deceived. The same way I used to love Edgar Lungu. The day Edgar Lungu when Edgar Lungu was campaigning, I released my resources. Some of my cars, my BMW was being driven by Kings Malembe for campaign for Edgar Lungu. I never hated him. I love him. I love him. My money, I spent a lot of money. And a lot of resources. But a time came when he was deceived. And when he was deceived, I was talking, he was not listening. At the end of the day, what happened? He's out of power. All those people that were deceiving him, Mao Sampa, you see a criminal, an idiot that failed to organize his own party, an idiot that joined UPND and almost destroyed UPND. He came back to you, embrace him. When you people embrace Mao Sampa, I was crying. I was saying, no. This guy is a Judas Iscariot. You deported me. Because he didn't want to hear the truth. That's a problem. Once somebody becomes a president, he becomes allergic to truth. He now wants people that lie to him. Oh, it is well. Oh, His Excellency, you are popular. Even when you can see that you are not popular. HH was live today on Facebook. He has been live today 2 or 3 times. How many people watched him? No, people are watching him from ZNBC. ZNBC. When he was in opposition, people were watching him on Prime TV. People were watching him on Diamond TV. People were listening to him on Hot FM. People were listening to him. And in all those stations, he was still having thousands of people watching him on Facebook. That's why they called him a social media president. Today, how many people watch him? That popularity has died naturally. Okay, if that one is not enough evidence to prove to you that HH has lost it. During the time of COVID, when the economy was dead, all the economy all over the world were dead completely. Just imagine waking up from sleep, you go back to bed, you are not coming out. When you come out, you will be arrested. They only wanted people who are medical personnel to come out. Imagine how the economy stood still. No church services, no production, no nothing. The economy was destroyed completely. Economy was bad. Not Edgar Lungu. The then Minister of Health, Chilufya Chitalo, came and they made an appeal asking business community to come and donate. In 3 days, how many millions were donated? HH, I don't hate you. I love you, but Listen to what I'm saying. People around you are not telling you the truth, but you can actually look at what I'm saying now and pinch yourself. When Satan was in power, I worked so much with Satan. I could tell him, His Excellency, sometimes the people around us as leaders, they don't tell us the truth. Walk away, go with 2 or 3 people and talk to people and hear what people are going through. Satan used to do that. I remember one day he came back and he openly said that my people are not telling me the truth. Hey church, you have allowed yourself to be bottled. During the campaign, I remember telling you, avoid being bottled by people. Go outside and hear from people. The people around you have messed you up and you are gone. Completely. Gone, gone, gone. If election is called today, if the opposition knew what they are doing, I'm telling you, if you manage to get 30%, you have done very well. Let me finish what I'm saying. Chilifia Chitalu came and appealed to the business community. Say, please come and help us with donation. In 3 days, I don't know how many millions that were raised. People were giving. People were giving. Money was coming. Money was coming. Few days ago, President HH declared hunger, a drought, a national disaster. And he called on business community to come and donate and help. Up to today, I don't know how many people that have donated. Everybody is hiding. No one wants to come and donate. Those that have donated already, we don't know them. Those of you, this is my job. Allow me. I know what I'm... Even praise singers, you may not like me now, but I know I am the cause of your problem. I am the one that brainwashed you. But very soon, you will wake up. So when you say anything, I don't bother. It's my job. I am to be blamed. So, but look at this. The president must actually sit down and say, what is happening? An ordinary minister of health, Chilufia Chitalu, called for donation, and the entire country were donating. Money was flying in. A whole president has called for donation. I don't know how many people that have donated. Everyone is running away. Is it that there is no money in the country? Or these people don't love HH? Or these people don't trust HH? If business community, rich people are afraid, what happened to ordinary people on the street? Prophet SEER1, yes, I really want to chat with you. Okay, Moses Musa. My number is there on the screen. I pinned it, +2 34802094356. So I've not started politics. If I start politics, I do politics at night. That is the time we hit 10,000, 15,000, 20, 30. I'm here to educate the people of Africa. But I'm telling the opposition, if you are serious, you wake up. Stop fooling yourselves. If HH wins election in 2026, I will be here in Nigeria. I'm not there. I will suffer. Am I suffering? He's a president. I am the one. I mean the #1 campaign. I'm the #1 campaign manager who did the job. I'm here. Am I suffering? I'm not suffering. I'm doing well. Look at me. I'm shining. See me. I'm fresh. Look at me. See my cheeks. I'm shining. I'm doing very well. See my office. Eh? See my life. See my church. Eh? See, I mean, what am I going to mention? God is good to me. I am helping a lot of people from all over the world, and they are remembering me. They are blessing me. Every blessed day, I'm receiving gift. Every blessed day, I'm receiving money. And don't forget that I am the donor of power, the engineer of miracle money. So I won't suffer. Even if you win, it doesn't win, you are the one that will suffer. Many of you are just like this from going to jail. Just like this from going to jail. Opposition, you don't have the capacity. You don't have the capacity to move UPN. You don't. You have to be serious. Somebody can deceive you. Oh, you are popular, you are popular. My dear, forget it. Election in Africa is not won by popularity. There are powers that make it possible, physical and spiritual. If you are not serious, you will suffer. You are going to suffer. I have given you example. And those of you that are advising a church, I told you before now, in 2026, a church is going to fight, is going to contest against tribalism. Did I say it or I didn't say it? A church will contest against tribalism. In 2024, a church will contest against the Catholic Church. In 2026, a church is going to contest against the poor people of Zambia that had so much hope, the people that we spoke to. I know how many hundreds of thousand people that lost their money from not safe. What do you call them? Ango, Sanko, all these things. The time I was doing my last broadcast that pulled over 32,000 viewers, I told them that when HH come into power, if you manage to vote him, we are going to recover those money. I told them that it was PF that stole that money, when actually all of us know the people that stole that money. These are things that we are coming back to explain to the people. And once we do it, currently, UPND, HH don't have support in the UPND. Just imagine a whole president coming to receive Frank Boalia. Who is Frank? I mean, Frank was a liability to PF. He was a liability to SP. When he was in SP, SP was not growing. President Fred Membe's party was not growing. Now the party is growing massively. Somebody that is created by God advised the president, say, bring Tayali. They brought Frank Walia. They brought him, and against all odds, in the presence of all the people that suffered for a church, they made him the presidential campaign, the director for presidential campaign team. What does Frank know about UPND manifesto? How many food soldiers does Frank Walia know in UPND? I mean, there are people that know UPND people. There are people that know what UPND people want. There is Mubita Nawa. I don't know the crime that this guy committed that you hate him like this. You hate him with I don't know. There is that one you threw to Botswana. Is it Botswana where you threw, or Namibia? Anthony Mwamba. Anthony, I've forgotten his name. There are guys that went to prison that understand what UPND guys want. You brought Frank. What will Frank tell the people? So Frank is going to campaign against us in 2026. Frank. Many of you are watching. You don't know who Frank is. Let me show you who Frank is. Then we'll call it. See, see, Chule, this frog is going to campaign against us. Is the one who is going to stand to counter the. This is the one who explained the manifestos of UPND. Just look at this. Look at this. See him, Frank. Frank is the HH. Sorry for you. People are deceiving you, just like I told the President Edgar Lungu. I told him that people were deceiving him. He thought I was joking. Immediately he lost election. All those people were deceiving him. Everybody scattered, including Dorasilia. Where do you see Dorasilia near Edgar Lungu? No, everyone have disappeared. He's now there on his own. See, somebody advised the president to bring this Kalul to come and explain the presidential manifesto. Where are the UPND guys that suffered with the president? I mean, this guy was PF, and PF lost election. He opened his own party and failed to convince people about his own party. He jumped to SP. See, he jumped to SP and nearly destroyed SP. Now, he's here. Now in UPND, is the messiah of UPND. HH don't know that he's busy killing his party. I'm not here to do politics. I'm done for today. But what I'm trying to tell you is that youths of Africa, wake up. It is time for us to rule. It is time for us to take over leadership. This is not the time for politics. This is not the time for politics yet. Politics will start when the opposition become serious. Once they become serious, we start politics. But as for now, we'll keep on opening the eyes of the people. I can read your comment quickly, your question, and then I can call it a day and start my work today. From all that I've taught you today, is there any question that you want to ask me? And I'm going to answer you. Come with your question now in the comment section. Type your question in the comment section. Type your question in the comment section. Please bring your question. Any question that you want to ask me, bring it in the comment section. Let me answer you. My parents are in South Sudan, but I want a way to come. I want a way they come. Please ask your question very, very well. Maybe, are you the one that want to come here? Then we can help you. Give us your question. SEER1, I'm watching you from Ndola, Zambia. This is Mulenga Grieving. God bless you, Mulenga Grieving. Thank you for tuning in. SEER1, why don't you focus on Nigeria, you have far many challenges in Nigeria than Zambia. The work that we are doing in Zambia or anywhere in the world is the same work that we are doing in Nigeria. Many of you don't know about this. When I came to Nigeria, one of the reasons why, many of you, I've explained this in the blogs, and I'm going to explain it again so that many of you, maybe you can hear this. When I came to Nigeria, one of the reasons why that brought me to Nigeria is change. I wanted a change in government. I wanted the youths to take over. I wanted a reform in Nigeria, in politics. I didn't waste time. When I came to Nigeria, I invested my resources, a lot of money in politics. I wanted Peter Obi to become the president. And how were we going to do this? How are we going to achieve this goal? How are we going to make Peter Obi the president? Before you go far, you must remember that this is my 1 year and 8 months establishment in Nigeria. 1 year and 8 months establishment in Nigeria. I've not even been here as an established person for 2 years. I am here in less than 2 years. I spent over 10 years in Zambia. That's why on my page, 90% of my followers are from Zambia. They're not even from Nigeria. There was a time I limited my page. I blocked the people of Zambia, I blocked the people of Botswana, blocked the people of South Africa from accessing my page so that I can concentrate and build a church. That was when our church was 1 month, 2 months, 6 months, 1 year. It was after 1 year that I unblocked them. Many of you will realize that few months ago, when I post something on Facebook or when I go live, you see 200 people are watching, 100 people are watching, 150 people are watching. When I post something, 20 people are commenting. Many of you say, SEER1 has lost popularity. People no longer follow SEER1. But you didn't know what I did. I was building Nigerian audience. I didn't want them to interfere with Zambian audience or Botswana. Or I was building Nigerian audience. If you understand Facebook, you will know you filter out some countries from your page. So I filtered Zambia out because Zambia was leading. Zambia is actually leading. Now I have over 700,000 people following me from Zambia. The rest are Nigeria and South Africans. So I filtered them out. I wanted to concentrate on Nigeria because I was establishing a church. All the services we are using strictly Igbo language. Before I could preach with English language, it was because I wanted to build a stand in Nigeria. And we started building. Now, the ministry has grown. This is the single largest congregation here in this state. Within a space of, I want to say, this is just within a space of, look at that. This is within a space of 1 year and few months. Look at that. This is now the single largest congregation. Look at that. Look at the crowd. Look at it. So, this is when people are beginning to know us in Nigeria. I spent quite a lot of time in Zambia. Give me a few more years, and you will see that the same amount of people that are following me from Zambia, Nigeria will even have more. But that's by the way. So I wanted to build Nigerian audience. So we started building Nigerian audience and building. So when I came, what can we do to help Peter Obi to become the president? I used my money. I invested in politics. I invested in PVC, encouraging young people to go and get their voters card and prepare to vote out APC. I was doing that. In fact, many of you that don't know, let me see, let me check if I can see this. Many of you that are not aware of this, God help me to find this. Please be a little bit patient with me. I want to show you something very important. I am addressing this because you really need to hear it. There are so many of you that are very clueless. You are ignorant, very ignorant. I want to open your eyes. I want to show you something important, please, so that I tackle this. Okay, I'm going to make a broadcast. I'm trying to check here where I can see. I led thousands of youths to the streets because of P2B. I wanted P2B to become the president. We were in forefront doing that. I'm going to show you the proof. I led. Just imagine, in less than months in Nigeria, I was able to I brought the city to a total standstill, encouraging the youths to get their PVC to vote for P2B. But you know what happened? Along the line, I realized the people behind P2B, the original people behind P2B. If I'm supporting you and America is supporting you, you will lose my support because I know who you are. If I'm supporting you and Britain is supporting you, you will lose my support. I know who you are. That is how I stop my support. I remove my support from P2B because I put a call across. I said, I wanted to see you here. I wanted him here. Because we can't jump from fire to frying pan or from frying pan to fire. That's how I stopped. Hold on with this question. Hold on. I'm coming to do politics at night when tens of thousands will turn in. You will see exactly what I'm talking about. What I'm doing in every nation, I'm doing it. You have never seen me fighting Nigerian leaders? Then you don't follow me. You have never been to my church or to my services. If there is one person that stands his ground and speak to the leaders without fear, it's SEER1, no one else. If you do it, they'll put you in prison. But no one can put me in prison. I say anything that I want to say, so long as it's the truth, nothing happens. So I talk here, I don't segregate. But for Zambia, a church is my product. It's my product. We are the people that packaged him and sent him where he is. And I don't hate him. Even those of you, majority of you PND members are crying. They are devastated. But they can't talk. That is why the opposition need to wake up. If they continue being stupid, if they continue playing, we are going to allow HH to rule. In fact, when he finish ruling till 2026, we are going to help him to amend the constitution and continue ruling. I'm not going to suffer. I'm not going to suffer. So come again, give us your question. Let me answer quickly, and then we close for today. Come quickly. Those fools asking you to concentrate on Nigeria don't know the importance of your political impact in Zambia. We appreciate your role, King Jagaban. This is coming from General Chikwekwe. God bless you. HH has failed on Barose land, and that has caused a lot of more trouble to himself. That's what I'm telling you. This is just that the opposition is not serious. And the reason why I'm not quick to start fighting HH is because I don't want people to jump from frying pan to fire. No. We must reach an agreement. And when we reach that agreement, we remove HH easily. Take it from me easily. It's as easy as ABC. This is a psychological game. How did we remove PF? How many people are calling HH Satanist today? How many people are calling him Freemason today? Those are psychological problems. We remove those things from people and put it on other people. Now, you have chance. Anyway, come again. We love you here in Zambia so much. God bless you. I love you more. And I mean well for you, you know. I mean well for you, the people of Zambia. I love you. So there are many comments and questions that are coming. God bless you. I'm going to announce a date that we are going to go into politics. Already, even without me going into politics, things are not very well for HH. And this is because of how, when you are in power, there are people, when you were in opposition, there are people that you were working with. There are people that you are working with. This is weird. This is the only problem that I have with UPN and HH. There are people that we are working with. The people that help you and You won election by 1 million. What has happened to them? All of a sudden, they are no longer competent to work with you. You are now this person, that person, even getting useless people like Frank Walia. I mean, a person that has failed in all ramification. As a reverend father, he failed. As a politician, he failed. That is the person that can help you to win election in 2026. Open your eyes, His Excellency. Open your eyes. You are finished. You don't have the people of Barose. Anyone that is telling you that you have them. We have seen that movie before between Satan and the Rupiah Banda. We know how it ended. People of Barose they are intelligent people. Those guys are wise. Those guys are not fools. President Lungu even gave them a vice president, but they were not cheated. You have given them nothing. You just gave them misery, opening their wound. And I don't know if it's somebody that advised you to do that. The president that came before you had the way they dealt with those guys. Those guys are too intelligent. Barose people, I was in Zambia, I dealt with them. Those guys are too intelligent and they are united. It's because of having wrong people around you. I won't say anything because campaign has not begun. I'm still waiting for the opposition to get ready. So that when we tell you that this is bad, we will tell you to say, okay, try this one. Until then, we leave it at that. God bless you. Remember to share the broadcast. Please remember that there are a lot of people that are using my name to scam people. They claim to be SEER1. They scam your money. They scam you, send money here, Airtel money, MTN. I don't receive money through Airtel or MTN mobile money. No, I don't. I don't reply your messages because I don't reply on Facebook. I don't have an account. I only have a page. Anyone that sends a message to you on Facebook is a scammer. SEER1 can never send a message to you on Facebook. I have only but one phone number, which is +234 8020 943576. That's all. And you can never send money on that number because I don't do mobile money. You have watched me. Once there is something you want to see, I want to do for you, go on that page and they write me now. Go on that number. I've pinned it. It's on the comment section here. You will see where it's written. Do you want to have a direct chat with SEER1? Kindly send the WhatsApp message to this number +234 8020 943576. When you send the message there, it will come to me. When you are sending your message, go straight to the point. SEER1, I want money. SEER1, I want marriage. SEER1, I want visa. SEER1, I want this. SEER1 is the dawn of power. There is no competition in Africa. One of my drivers who came back from South Africa for years, he came here, they block his doors. You will not understand what happens in Nigeria when village people decide that you are not traveling again. He came back here. And when he arrived there, they blocked his way. He stayed in Nigeria for almost 6 years. When he met me, I told him he will go back. He was in Nigeria here, his paper expired. After doing several works, his doors open. Now going back, his document had expired. And you know that you cannot, even if it's a day expiry, you cannot enter South Africa with it. But this one has expired by year. I told him to go, you will enter. Last Sunday, the wife was giving us testimony that the husband is now in South Africa. I'm asking, how did you enter? He said, I just arrived there. They just looked at my paper and tell me to pass. It has never happened in history. This is power. Are you looking for visa? They deny you visa. Send me a message inbox on that WhatsApp number. SEER1, I need a visa. They deny me. Is it document? There is no work that I don't do. Send message there. I will read your message and come back to you. May God bless you. To all the youths around the world, happy Youth Day, and God be with you.